Choo. Joe's on. Welcome, everybody.
What's up? What's up?
Welcome to Joe's Home. You guys watching, y'all may notice that we got a little change here. Dave's on vacation. So Mr. Tim is filling in for him tonight. So glad to have you, Tim.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, all right. If you guys don't know, Tim's one of our other admins. I'm sure probably most everybody in the group knows him. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna get the ball rolling. Sorry, we're a few minutes late. I'm running behind. Been a busy day today. I don't know where to even start. HasLab, what? Less than 750 to go till we hit 19,000, right? Last I checked. So
we're currently at 18,304.
304. So all right. So I figure by this time tomorrow night it'll be locked in. And
21,000 easy.
We'll have a night force crazy legs and all the goodies will be there, be ready to go. So that's exciting. Man, it seems like it's been a long 30-something days. It seems like it's been running for a long time. But yeah, and looking forward to the His Tank coming up. I guess, I don't know, you guys got any new Joes? I got Shipwreck and the regular bazooka in the mail yesterday from Hasbro Pulse. Interesting. I opened Shipwreck and I forgot that he had another. You could swap out his hat and hair with the regular hair. When I went to pull him out, his hair and the hat and all come off. What happened?
I done broke you.
But yeah, kind of cool. My only thing with it is, where did I ain't even got him in here right now. But my only thing is hold on just a minute. I do have it right here. Let's see. I'm probably going to tear everything down when I go to move. I guess everybody's seen Bazooka. I mean, he's basically the Tiger Force Bazooka, just in the original paint color. But so yeah, Shipwreck, of course, comes with his pistol, his hook. He's also got another gun on the side, rope, and poly. The only thing about it is, I mean, I think it's neat the way they, you could put poly on his arm. But if you decide to pose him without poly, he's got a hole in his arm. It'd been neat if it had something. What's that?
Peg leg poly.
Yeah, and poly ain't made him into a peg leg. Here it is. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but Poly's got a peg leg.
He's a pirate.
I guess so. I will say, I think it would have been neat, and this is one thing that I do. You guys remember the DC Universe figures that come out that had the Build-A-Figure pieces, sort of like the Marvel Legends back several years ago. Really? And they did what was his name? Was it Midnight Man or Dr. Midnight from the Justice Society? That he had the owl, but the owl had
Midnight.
Dr. Midnight, right? The owl had a magnet in it, and there was a magnet in his arm, so you just
right.
And that would have been great if they'd used that on this. But I mean, still, it's a great figure. I think it's pretty awesome myself. But yeah, I just peg leg poly, I'm not sure about. Then you got the hair swap. Yeah, that's kind of freaky.
He looks like my brother-in-law now.
Yeah. I could see a lot of people probably using this head to do some custom figures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so anyway, there you go. So that's Shipwreck, and again, like I said, Bazooka is basically the same gear and everything, just in the original paint scheme instead of Tiger Force. So before we get into it, let's take our go back in time for a moment. You know, and so we've been looking at letters in Toy Fair to see how much things have changed from the past to today. And as we've been seeing, it's pretty much still the same old gripes and complaints as always. And so I'm not going to do a whole lot in Toy Fair this week, but this was issue number 2 that come out in October of 1997.
Everyone
So
say
this
hi
was-
to Matt Gunnels real quick.
Hi, Matt. I'm not
Thanks for-
seeing any, I'm not seeing any comments. You'll have to let me know when we get comments because I'm not seeing them. There's a hole on the rope also to put on his shoulder. A hole on the rope.
Yeah, on Shipwreck.
Oh yeah, the hole on the
He does look kind of a little intoxicated when you put him on there, though, because he's kind of leaning.
Oh, so this is issue number 2 of the regular series, but it's actually the 4th issue. Like I said, October 1997, and you guys recall 2 weeks ago we read a letter from a guy that was basically what we nowadays call a scalper. I forget what it was they called them back then.
Speculators.
Speculators. That's it. They call them speculators. Whoop! Look out. That's a cat. Okay. Cat causing destruction. Get down from there. Okay. So the guy, you know, he basically told people if they want to beat him to the toy aisle, get the toys, they're gonna have to get off their butts and go get out early, and that he was gonna buy up every one he could get his hands on. So we got a couple of letters, and I want to read them to you. So this one says, "Dear Toy Fair," and this is two guys, Mike and Ralph from Flushing, New York, wrote this. Said, after reading the Spring Toy Fair special, we were really upset when we read the letter by Nick Williams, who wrote, "Now, if I go through heck and I hunt down some rare figures, you'd better believe that I'm going to buy as many as I can. I'm going to take those extra figures to a toy show somewhere, and I'm going to earn my money back." That was the guy's quote from his letter. Says, "Look, if this guy likes to collect figures, that's fine. But when he goes to a toy show and sells them, he screws the rest of us. If Nick wants to earn his money back, get a job." Some of us don't appreciate money-hungry punks who buy collectibles only for profit. And the next time that someone like Nick Williams from Illinois tells real collectors to get up off of our butts and beat him to it, we'll have to say he can kiss our butts. We hope he chokes on his cash. Maybe he can use the extra money to buy himself a heart and soul."
I didn't beat around the bush on that.
You can just feel the love. And Toy Fair's response was, "But wait, there's more." Letter number 2. This is an answer to the greedy toy monger, Nick Williams. Here's the scenario. I manage a Toys R Us and see lots of rare and short-packed figures. No matter what time you get your skinny little butt to my store, I still have first crack at all these toys. And wouldn't you be the first to cry and whine if I decided to buy all these for myself by opening all the crates before they hit the floor? I don't, because I'm a human being who believes in fair share. I know your type, hovering over in the action figure aisle, taking all the figures before the kids can get them, or forcing them to buy the toys from you at 7 times the price. Boy, that was really inflated back in 97, wasn't it? Get a life. The only thing you're earning is your true title of greedy toy monger, and you're not supporting your hobby. The only thing you're supporting is yourself.
Wow,
Wow.
those guys are vicious.
Yeah. Now look. So this next letter is probably a fellow speculator at the time because he kind of defended him. This guy says, Toy Fair staff, Nick Williams, bravo. I would bet my talking Beetlejuice that if 99% of the people complaining that they couldn't find a scarce toy walked into 10 orange-carded Jawas, they would walk out of the store having spent $60. They're not fooling anyone. I've even done this a few times. Thanks for the laughs. That red-carded Jawa was kind of a hot thing at the time when this come out. So that
It was.
10 Jawas, $60. Wow, I'd love to go in and buy 10 action figures for $60 now.
Ain't that the truth?
So you see, you got pros and cons to it. One more letter I wanted to read. It says, Dear Toy Fair, reading your spring edition fanfare, I got a little ticked off. I'm tired of these whining wimps who complain about not being able to find what they want. I work in the toy department of a major retailer, and I have people come in at 5 a.m. Walmart when I get to work. I don't know nobody else open at 5 a.m. He said, when I get to work.
Walmart ain't open 5 a.m. no more.
Not anymore, no. He said, but when I get to work, just to find their favorite or newest toys and figures. Almost all these are just collectors like myself, not toy mongers or comic store owners. Finding your favorite figures and accessories is half the fun of collecting. And it would be great if some of us didn't have to work and could go in there early in the morning, but unfortunately that's not always the case. That's why everybody's buying online now. And you know, I hate to say it. I mean, Walmart 3 ways behind on their figures. I mean, so that's why when they get in stock on Pulse, I'm just going ahead and getting them. And but it's sad it's come to that. That used to be the fun to go out and hunt them, but it's just not fun anymore. I'll be honest.
Oh, I love the hunt. Everybody knows I love the hunt.
Oh, I know you do.
At
least you got a little more area to hunt in. My hunting ground's very slim around here. It's just the same.
Pretty good little area there.
Now I'm going to tell you, I found out. We went to Chattanooga today, and man, there's a plethora of stuff up there I haven't even seen in the stores around here. But you know, from all different toy lines and all. I did pick up a few items. I'll show those here in a minute. I just wanted real quick, as we're going through, like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time in Toy Fair this week, and but it's so
much fun.
Yeah. Oh, the big shots. Some of the big shots crack me up.
I love them.
So the figure for the issue number 2 was Firestar. So she was the figure for the and it also come with a neat small poster of Onslaught, which is also the cover of the bag. Okay. And top 10. I just want to look. I always like looking at the top 10 of what was popular back then. So guess what toy line dominated the top 10 this month?
Star Wars?
There you go, Star Wars.
If it's in the 90s, it was Star Wars.
Star Wars was hot. 9, again, same as last week, 9 figures out of the 10 were Star Wars. Harley Quinn still in the top 10 at number 3. She's the only one that's not Star Wars. Wow. But you have number 10, Dengar. Number 9, Admiral Akbar. Number 8, Forlong. Number 7, Weequay Skiff Guard. Number 6, Punda Baba. Number 5, Figuring Dan. There they are. Okay. Number 4, the Rebel Fleet Trooper. Number 3, Harley Quinn. Number 2, Garandon, the dude with the elephant snout from A New Hope. And number 1 this month was Grand Moff Tarkin. There they are.
I remember that Grand Moff Tarkin. People was looking for him like crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to.
It was the first time he had been created, wasn't it?
Right, first time to get a figure. I always wondered why they didn't do a figure of it back in the back in the 80s. If I remember right, was it Grand Moff Tarkin or am I thinking of No, I think I'm thinking of one of the other admirals. There was one where one of them had a baton, and then there was a variation where the baton it was a gun instead. I can't remember. It might have been Grand Moff Tarkin. I can't remember. But the Castaway toy was a Marvel Toy Biz from the Hulk Smash and Crash set. Zax. I guess that's how you pronounce him. That's him right there. The Castaway toy. And it says, his crime, being a giant cheese doodle with feet, granted making an action figure representation of a comic book character composed entirely of electricity isn't the easiest thing on earth. But come on, this guy looks like he should be the spokesman for some breakfast cereal with mini marshmallows in it. And his action feature, you wind him up and he vibrates. Okay, while it would be fun winding him up and putting him in your pocket, you can't escape the simple truth. This guy bites.
Dang.
Wind him up and put him in your pocket.
So yeah, they got some.
You were looking for.
They did have a big shot for the swivel arm GI Joes.
Oh.
They're singing the Bop song. Remember that? That was popular back in '97.
Oh, the Hanson boys, Hanson brothers, something like that.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little. They give a little background history on the straight arm to swivel arm. The change to the swivel arm. But yeah, I got to tell you, yeah, some of these just really crack me up. But I really got, come on, who don't like flatulent jokes, right? I mean, this one right here, I don't know if you could see it. It was the electronic Obi-Wan Kenobi that come with us, and you got the Emperor pressing the button on his back, and you see his cape. It says, "Brap," and then Darth Vader says, "Wrong button, Master." And Palpatine says, "Confound it! What do you eat, Kenobi? Eggs for every meal?" I don't know. That just hit me the wrong way when I read it earlier. I laughed for 30 minutes. You can just see the Emperor saying that, It's like,
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a look back to October 1997. Anyway, I know a lot of people was wondering about the post I put out yesterday on the score that Dave and I found. But before I get into that, I was going to talk. Like I said, we went to Chattanooga today. We took Marshall up to Chuck E. Cheese. That seems to be the closest one to us. And his uncle's visiting from Ohio, so we all went up to Chuck E. Cheese, took him up there. And that's why I was running a little behind trying to get everything set up and get back in order. But while I was up there, I picked up a couple of things. Went into they got a GameStop up there in the Hamilton place. First time I've probably been in the Hamilton place in 20 years. I don't know why we just hardly ever go to Chattanooga, or when we go, we hardly ever go over to the mall or anything. And usually it's just passing through, going to the Smoky Mountains. But I did pick up Big Boy here, the Blob. I think I got to look, but I think maybe he'll complete my Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I'm trying to remember if Destiny was in that group. If so, then I'm still short one. But yeah, trying to complete out some of these teams. They're finally getting around to finishing some. Of course, they done Blob back when Hasbro first took over. They done a Build-A-Figure. He looked older. I do kind of. I mean, I hadn't opened this one yet, so I can't really say. But I think he looks more like the Blob from the Silver Age. Because of course he would have been younger back then anyway. But yeah, like I said, I didn't even have time to open it yet. I did pick him up at that GameStop, and I don't like buying the Super 7 3 3/4 inch reaction figures at full price. Every one of them I've got. I don't have. I'm missing a bunch because they put these things out like candy. I'm telling you, every time you turn around, these new ones come out. But only one that I paid full price for up until today was Firefly. I saw Firefly one time at Target in Oxford. I went ahead. I said, "Man, I think he's probably gonna be hard to find. Maybe he is, maybe he ain't. I've never seen him again." So I did pay full price for him. All the rest of them I've got at half price or less on clearance and sales and things. But I did see this one today, and I like this one. I was kind of, that was, always kind of intrigued me. Raven, the Strato Viper pilot that helped Slipstream. They were trapped on the island, and they had to help each other out to survive it. And at the end, she tore off her Cobra insignia, and it was led you to believe she was going to defect to GI Joe. And I was kind of hoping maybe back then they would have done an action figure over, and they would have incorporated her into the cartoon and played off of that a little bit more. But that she's only ever in that one episode that I'm aware of. But I saw it and I thought, I hadn't seen it. I mean, it's the first time I've seen it. Maybe you guys have seen it because, like I said,
no, I've never seen that figure.
There's not many stores around that's got these. So I mean, they had a camouflage like a bluish gray camouflage Cobra Trooper. They had Tomax and Zaymont, and they had the red laser trooper. I hadn't seen those before either, but like I said, I don't like paying $20 for a 3 3/4 inch figure, but especially with no articulation. But I mainly got it for the card art because I mean it's reminiscent of the original stuff, and and I do like it that they do the file cards for these on the back,
So and I do have all the figures in the line on there too.
Yeah, just like the old packaging.
Like the old family.
But yeah, I really like that, and I thought, well, I'm gonna pick it. I hope they would do her in a classified, and then they could easily include a Strato Viper helmet as an alternate head, and then you could army build too. So you could have her the place you could army build.
Right.
I think that would be cool because we'll eventually get a Strato Viper, and it looks like that every time they do a male, 6 months or so later, they come out with female characters, like the female Cobra Troopers that's coming out, the Valkyries or whatever they call them.
Right.
So I picked that up.
Females.
And the other thing I picked up was a must-have. I got it on clearance. I haven't even seen it. I think I saw it once in Target, but it was like $36. But I did find it on clearance at the Walmart up in Chattanooga for like $20. And I thought, everybody really needs one of these in their collection. Do what?
I said I'm kind of scared to see this.
Actually, it was $21. Everybody needs a gelatinous cube in their collection. Anybody that's familiar with D&D or even the Munchkins games are familiar with a gelatinous cube. And if you saw the movie, by the way, if you hadn't saw the movie, and even if you're not a Dungeons and Dragons fan, it's an awesome movie. I was really impressed.
It is a great movie.
I was really impressed. Movie. But you can actually, I think, if I understand right, you can actually put the action figures in the cube.
Huh.
Like they're floating around in there. So I hadn't got a chance to open it yet, but I saw that on clearance. I said, I got to have a gelatinous cube. Everybody needs one of those. All right.
I saw one of the dragons on clearance for like $21 too.
Oh, really?
The other day, yeah.
What's his name? Chris Pine's character? I forget his name. I ain't seen him. I mean, I saw him when they first come out, but I hadn't seen him anymore since then.
Right.
I see the other three, but I have yet to see him in the last couple of months. And probably a good thing because I actually, after watching the movie, that's how they get you. You watch a movie and then it makes you want to buy the action figure. It's like when we was kids. And I really thought about, I've been expecting them to clearance them off. I mean, because they're just hanging there and nobody's buying them, which is surprising because they're actually pretty neat figures. But anyway, so that was what I picked up today. Now, I know you guys are interested about the lot that Dave and I picked up. A guy in Oxford was selling off his childhood collection, and we went down there and we spent some time with him, talked. He's a super nice guy. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, he had a bunch of vehicles. Only one or two of the vehicles were complete. Most of them were missing 2 or 3 pieces. Some of them were missing a lot more than that. He kept the boxes, which Dave told me. He said, "You can have all the boxes. I'm not interested in the boxes." The boxes was my main thing for going when I seen the boxes, because I like the package art, and I'm trying to get the boxes to go with the vehicles, because I got most of the vehicles. I just don't have the boxes. So he kind of took the vehicles, and I kind of took the boxes. Then we split the action figures. So I'm going to tell you, the guy, I mean, some of the action figures, if you saw the pictures I posted, I don't know if I put the picture in the group with the figures I got or not. I put it in one of the groups, but I mean, man, some of these are mint condition. Absolutely. And I wanted to, if I could find it, he had a, except for he had a Cobra Viper. He had one fin off of the Viper glider, and that was all he had. And I was so hoping he had the whole thing.
Wow.
And he did have the Viper pilot, but only just a small part of the insignia was still left. So not really a big. I mean, that's what people. I mean, that's the thing people's after, is one with a clean insignia.
Mm-hmm.
But man, where's he at? I know he's in here. Like here's a Cobra Viper. I mean, that Joker looks like he just come out of the pack.
He don't have a scratch on his face mask.
He does
That's
not.
what I was looking at. You don't hardly see him without the face mask.
Exactly. I mean, I don't think he ever played with the figures. I think he just played with the toys.
Wow.
And where is he at? I should have. Oh, here's another one. Check.
I promise I've not been to your house overnight.
This one right here is amazing. Look at this boy. Look at that.
Wow. That is
I
clean.
mean, it is perfect paint.
That is
beautiful. Look at that insignia.
Look how clean that thing is. Wow.
And I was trying to find it. There's a Crimson Guard that looks as nice as that.
Oh, wow.
A Crimson Guard, I mean, spotless, beautiful, no paint wear whatsoever. So yeah, I can't remember. I don't know if I put that in our group or not. If not, I'll put it in there later. I put it in one of the other, the Vintage Joe group. I'm in a Vintage Joe group. That's actually where I come across the guy that had the stuff, and was in that other group. But anyway, out of the lot, I ended up with 39 boxes for Joe stuff, and most of them are in great condition. And I was going to show you guys some. I'm going to have to, if I can get up. I got the highlights, the ones that I was really excited about, because these were the ones I was really needing. This one right here was definitely a must. I've been looking for a good, and the box is in pretty good shape. I'll say this. I mean, most of his boxes, I mean, you get some creases there because, I mean, they've been in storage. But, I mean, that's in very good shape. Still got the flag points. That's a plus. Night Raven, I've been looking for one of those. Another one, and this is the Night Raven and the Moray are two of my most favorite vehicles. This Moray box is beautiful. I don't know if you can see that. The one right there with it. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. It looks a little yellowed, a little discolored, but flag point still on it.
Very, very nice.
Those were two boxes that I've been looking for a long time trying to get, and I was pleased with that. Of course, this one's folded it out. A nice Dragonfly, pretty nice box there. Still got the file card, flag points on it.
Nice.
I'm jelly I didn't get to go.
Oh, I stepped on one. What did I step on? Okay. I've got a Sky Striker box, but mine's got a big ding right there in it. This one's got. That's actually, and if anybody watching this knows, this is where a dirt dauber nest got on it. And if anybody knows how the best way is to get that off without damaging the artwork, please let me know. I'm gonna have to try to, because if I can get that off without damaging it, this one will be better than the one that I had. because one I got's got a big, look like something jabbed the box right in here. But the only thing about it is missing the flag points. But I can live with that, you know. Prefer it to have the flag points, but I can live with it. Another one that I was needing that I thought would be kind of hard to get was a stinger box. Oop. It's good. Got the file card, the flag points on it. These other two, I got two more I'm going to show. Let me sit back down here now. These other two, this one here, this set I was actually been looking for. I'm trying to complete my 1983 set. I needed actually, I can't remember. I think this may be 1984. I don't remember. I know I need the two gliders, the Falcon glider and the Viper glider, which you're looking at probably $1,000 each if you can find them in good shape.
Every bit of it.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll ever get them in the collection or not, but I've been looking for this mainly for the Jeep, but he did have the Sears Howell and Vamp 2-pack, and it does have some wear along the bottom. Not bad. I mean, the overall artwork's still there. Only thing is, of course, the Howell's just the regular Howell.
Mm-hmm.
And this come out, I think, in '84, around the time that they just swapped over to the new mold for the Vamp Mark II that had the shovel, but this one does not have the shovel on it. Now, he had two Vamp Jeeps. He had this box, and then he had the regular Vamp box. So I do believe that this Jeep come out of this box. And on the Yojo website, it does say that it's believed that most, if not all of them, all the Sears sets come with a molded shovel. It says most, if not all. Apparently not all of them did. Because I do believe this come in this box. So this must have been one of the first sets that Sears got before they changed to the molded shovel. I mean, I'm happy that I got the box, though. This is great. This makes I can probably, if I look hard enough, find a Jeep with a molded shovel. Because it was also a mail-in later on too. So if I can find another Jeep, I was really wanting a Jeep with a shovel because that would help complete my Jeep collection. But at least I got the box, so I'm halfway there. Was missing the steering wheel. That was the only thing. But anyway,
Like 90% of them.
Yeah, for sure.
90%
The other Vamp's got the steering wheel, so I could easily take it off and put it on there.
Oh yeah.
The back's you got a little scuffing right there, but flag points are still on it, and I'm happy. Now this next one, I was really excited about. I was not, and it wasn't even really on my. I looked at it and I thought, well, that would be neat to have, but I'm not really into the foreign stuff. As far as vintage, I want to try to get the American stuff first. Then if I ever get all that, then maybe I'll look into the foreign stuff, which a lot of it's very expensive. But he did have, and the box is beautiful other than one place on it. It was a Canada Sears exclusive. His tank with the MMS, and the only thing wrong with it, you see right here, strip right here. Other than that, the box is beautiful.
Yeah, that was a Sears in Canada exclusive, wasn't it?
Yes, and it even had Sears on the box. If you see right there.
Oh yeah.
The U.S. because the Howell and the Vamp was Sears exclusive too in the U.S. But they never put Sears on the box of the U.S. exclusives that I recall. Right. But I was really surprised, and it's a beautiful box. These last two, well, and the Moray and the Raven box, that made it all worth my while and the money I spent on it. Because those, like I said, I love the artwork. I like displaying the boxes, and a lot of people care less if they had the boxes as long as I got the toys. That's fine. And I used to be that way until one day I bought a Mobat, my first toy, and I wanted to get a box for my original Mobat that I still got. And then after that, it was like, well, this is pretty neat. If I could get some more boxes, and next thing I know, now I got a bunch of boxes. and after this weekend, I've got a whole bunch of boxes. So,
Oh yeah.
The downside is he's got the tank, but he didn't have the mobile missile system. He don't know what happened to it. But I mean, still, that's half of it. And of course, it needs cleaning. I hadn't had a chance to clean it. You can tell the windshield's got a lot of stuff on it and all that. And the stickers, you can tell, kind of over time wore off. But I mean, that is really a cool his tank. And so now I guess I'll be trying to find the MMS to go with it. And I don't know how hard or difficult that's going to be to find. Probably be very hard. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I mean we come out pretty good. I done forgot how many figures I ended up with. Me and Dave basically halved him. He had over 100 figures. He had pretty much. He didn't have any straight arms, so he must have got into collecting about 83 or so. He had pretty much all the single carded figures, and most of the vehicles. We were shocked. Out of all the vehicles, he did not have a Rattler, which he said as a kid he just didn't care for it. He just didn't like it, and that was shocking because most collections like that you'd expect the Rattler to be one of the first things in them.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we were kind of hoping for a Rattler, but he didn't have a Rattler in there because that's another. I do need a Rattler box, so that's another box I want to look out for. And he did not have a Mauler, so no shot at getting a heavy metal with a mic. But he did have a mint sneak peek with a mic, and so I was I ended up with it, so I was happy with it. Dave come out good. He got a 1983 mint Snake Eyes and a 1985 mint Snake Eyes.
Wow.
And I didn't fight him over them because I know Snake Eyes is his favorite. And I mean, you're talking probably $300 for just them two figures. So being in the condition they were, that was really what made it worth us buying a lot was the figures. And if it hadn't been for the figures, we probably wouldn't, or we definitely would have. We would have had to come way down on the price. But we done. Like I said, it was a good deal. I think he'd come out good on the deal. We come out good on it. I'm glad he give us first shot at it, and he had obviously a lot of scalpers trying to beat him out of it, and he didn't know really what it was worth, and so me and Dave I told him before we went over. I said, look, if we don't buy the lot from you, or if we don't buy anything from you, we'll at least help you price it so that you don't get ripped off. And because I told him, I said that's what our group's about. I was telling him about our group, and I said that's what our group's about, helping each other out. If you don't know how much something is or what you should sell it for, come ask the group. Anybody out there listening, come ask us, and we'll try our best to steer you in the right direction, keep you from getting ripped off, and like I said, a scalper would have offered him probably about 40% of what we paid him for it, and we told him that. So look, scalper, I mean, anybody in it making money. Well, I say scalper. This is vintage stuff, so it's worth a lot, in the right conditions and all. And he understood, the snow cat. He had a snow cat, and as he took it out, the skis just broke apart. It was so brittle. So the vehicles, there really wasn't a lot of value in the vehicles. Some of them were in good shape. Some of them were missing parts. A lot of the small things like the bivouac and the smaller sets, the pack rats and all, they were pretty much non-existent. The box was about all he had on some of those. Maybe one or two small parts or something. But the figures is what really made it for us. And, the condition of some of them, he had a few that had some paint wear, but the majority of them, I'd say 90% of them, 95% were mint condition. Looked like they just come out of the pack. There were a couple with cracked elbows, but they were still, the paint was still good on them. And myself, cracked elbows don't bother me. I know a lot of people.
That happens.
A lot of people are tiki about that. You got a lot of collectors that won't buy it if it's cracked. I got news for you. Eventually, they'll all end up cracking.
Yep.
Especially if they're moved any at all. I mean, they're and but yeah, it was, I get on, for years now, I get online and see people posting all these finds, oh, look what I found, them kind, where they find it on the street corner where somebody put it out, throw away. Most of those are kind of unbelievable. I think they're just full of hot air. But it just goes to show, if you hold out long enough, eventually your turn will come around. And this may be the only find I ever find. I don't know, but I'm more than happy with it. And I'll tell you straight up, it was a blessing from God. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better deal. I don't think the guy that we bought it from could have got a better deal. His dad's got cancer, and he wanted to take him on a trip, and he was wanting to save the money up for that and all that, and so we helped him out. He helped us out, and it was just a good day. It was a long day though. We met at 8:00 in Oxford, and I told Nancy, I said, we'll probably be gone a couple of hours. I said, it's going to take a little time to go through it and all that. But we met at 8, got to his house. He only lived like 5 or 10 minutes away. And time we actually left his house, it was like 12:30. And so we just loaded everything up back of Dave's truck. He followed me home. We got home and we sat out there and divvied it up. And by the time we got done, it was like almost 5 o'clock. So
it didn't help that I was constantly messaging you guys either.
Yeah, and we wasn't ignoring you. It was just so. I mean, we were so overwhelmed with everything. We just like,
what you get? Show me.
But the biggest thing that come out of all of this, and probably saved my life, is we found Shane a flag.
Sure
so
enough.
he got to start on a flag.
Good. You guys don't know how much I appreciate it neither.
For all y'all, my wife took me hiking a while back, and I said, hey, I'm probably going to die. I'm probably not going to survive this. So I said, Shane, you can have my flag. And ever since I made that comment, I kind of felt like I was having to look over my shoulder all the time. And so now I got a little more. I got a little more security now. So.
Well, I do still need some parts for that flag. So.
Yes, you're still gonna need several parts, and so
I don't know where at least one is.
We got a campaign. We're gonna have a campaign running. Maybe that's how we give that poster away that Dave's got. We can see who can help you track down the most parts.
There you go. That would be awesome.
But yeah, it's the biggest things you got the deck.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those big pieces, especially that one big deck piece. I mean, you spend more shipping on it than you would paying for it. But there's gonna be some work. You're probably gonna have to replace a couple of pieces of superstructure because it looked like rats that chewed on some of it. But
that's just battle damage.
It was so sad because he still had the inserts to the flag box.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 of the big inserts. He had the big flat insert that the decking was in.
Mm-hmm.
But the box itself was just trashed. I mean, it's half the picture on the front, you might could cut it out, and it might be clean enough you could frame half the picture with like part of the ship. But
yeah,
it was sad because man, I would have loved to get a hold of a good box for a flag.
Oh yeah.
That's something I probably won't never get the box because even the box a good flag box is probably going to cost you $1,000 if you can find one. And the reason is it was so big, it's someone that always got stored on the bottom and everything else got piled on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're so hard to find in good shape because they just got damaged. But anyway, that's all I got. I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna let you guys talk for a while.
Well, I was going to ask you, out of all those, when you got the figures, did you get a lot of file cards with those too?
He did not. He don't know what happened to his file cards. We didn't. It was not. There was 2 file cards, the AVAC file card, and one of them was the Viper Pilot file card. So that's the only 2 file cards other than the ones that he never cut off the boxes. But he said he had a whole stack of the file cards, but he does not know what happened to them. And but yeah, we did not get any.
The message.
What's that?
I remembered him saying that in the message that he couldn't find the file cards. Now that you said that,
yeah.
But I was up to after midnight on eBay last night looking for flag parts. Just scrolling through.
Like I said, you need I think at least 16 deck clips to get you started because you want to be able to clip them decks down. But yeah, it was a fun day. What's that?
Think zip ties will work?
Yeah, you can probably make them work for a short time anyway. But deck clips are not hard to get. No. They're probably going to cost you $4 or $5 a piece, but you can probably find a lot.
I found an original set of all 16 for $62.
Yeah, that's not bad, then.
No, not really.
And the thing about the deck clips is, because I remember the one I had when I was a kid, it came with like 4 or 5 extra deck clips. I guess in case they broke, taking it apart or whatever. So, I think that's part of why the deck clips are a little easier to find than say the Y pins. Now the Y pins, that's a different story. The Y pins are very difficult to find, especially. And the thing about the Y pins is people's got to where they can reproduce those so easily. I'm afraid to spend any money on them. I mean, I saw one auction that the guy had a picture of it, and you could see that it had the number stamped in the side of it, which they did have a number stamped in it. But he had a second picture, and in the second picture, it looked like a different Y clip. It didn't look like it had the number stamped in it. So that threw up a red flag. I thought,
right? He
probably pulled that one picture. He probably just pulled pictures, and it's probably a 3D printed one that he's going to send me. So I passed on it. I mean, I said, no, I'm not taking a chance. I'd have to be able to hold it in person and look at it. So I need one, and I've got one, and I need one. So I'm just gonna have to look at shows and stuff and try to find one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're 3D printed ones now. They're all over the place. You can get them easy. And I'm gonna tell you, Shane, if you don't mind, if unless you want it to be all original. There's actually on eBay. There's a mask to go on it. It's 3D printed for about $40. It looks a whole lot better than the original mask that comes with it. It looks more realistic. I actually thought about getting one just put on mine just for the looks. But yeah, if you don't mind 3D printed, you can complete it. Yeah,
it really doesn't matter.
Well, it's a project. It's
something I'll never sell anyway, so yeah. I don't sell nothing anyhow. So that's no problem. I don't sell stuff.
Well, anyway, Tim, you got anything for us?
Man, it's been dry here in Tuscaloosa. I hadn't found hardly anything. And Shane shows me that he went by GameStop and found some of the new releases of the Joe Classified, and I'm like, I guess I'm going to have to hit a GameStop up.
Yeah, I went today. Went down and took Rick his big sexy Kevin Nash figure I got for him, and I had a feeling when I left this morning that GameStop was the place to go, and it did not disappoint today. I get there to GameStop in Decatur. I had to wait a little while because they didn't open, so I just hit a few other little places. Target, nothing there. Walmart, nothing there. Went over to the GameStop there, and the girl was like, "Hey, you come in here all the time and get action figures?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And she was like, "I got some I just put out right over there. If you want," I was the first person there. She rolled the gates up. I walked in, and they had the new wave of the Indiana Jones set. They had 3 of them. They had the Temple of Doom Indy, Dial of Destiny Indy, and Short Round. So I called Rick. I was like, "Hey, Rick, I know he wants Short Round for his photography stuff. Rick's picks. Check him out. Toy box picks." So I got him for Rick, so he can get us some good pictures of him. And I picked up, like Tim said, I got some more of the Joes. I got Shipwreck. I'm not opening any of them yet. Got him. I love this box art. Everybody knows I'm a box art guy. And got Torpedo. And he looks fantastic in the box art. Then I got good old Mr. Copperhead. Pick him up. I'm going to open him right now. I told Rick I'd open him up so he can see what he is. Which everyone knows they come with their own foot locker. This new box, they come with their own foot locker with their name on it. 72 Copperhead, Cobra insignia on back, and that's where their accessories is. Let's open it up here. And it comes in the paper, which, to me, they could have just thrown the accessories in the box and called it good. But it comes with this paper that you obviously got to tear apart to get into. And it comes with a piece for his machete. In there. That's what it's for, maybe. Nope, I was wrong on that one. It comes with this awesome 357, it looks like, with a huge scope on it. Y'all see that scope?
I thought that was Megatron at first.
I thought so too. Well, that's the holster. That's the holster for that there gun. And I thought it'd be for the machete, but I guess that's on the side. And he comes with another pistol. We've seen this one before just last week on Kazim from the Indiana Jones line.
Same, exact same pistol?
Almost.
Really?
A little different. But let's open this guy up here. Get my old knife out here. First, just looking at him, he looks fantastic. The colors on him is great.
What color's his gloves? Is it dark green or light green?
Unfortunately, these are black.
Oh, they're black. Wow.
So I didn't get a variant.
That would have been cool if they would have randomly packed in, like had the light green gloves and randomly packed in some with dark green.
That would have been really cool.
Chase figure.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you'd had all kind of people complaining because then they couldn't get a. Then they couldn't get. Then they wouldn't know if they had a complete set because they had to open it to find out, right?
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish I knew these ties were this terrible on this thing. I would have done had him opened up.
Twist them on the back. Those are better than those stupid plastic ties they put on the.
Oh, these. I don't know. I tried cutting with my knife and it wasn't.
You should be able to just twist them. I usually just twist right loose.
These are tied in knots. Those are
Really?
paper.
Yeah, but usually they're just where you just twist them a few times.
These are tied in knots. The other ones I've had was just, like you said, twist them. These are tied in knots here.
I used to hate the wire ties that they put on. You remember the action figures back 20 years ago? They had the wire ties. I hated them things. Yep. Man, I hated them.
I'll get there one day, guys. I promise.
I'm gonna tell you, the first wave of Masterverse figures, because I finally got around to opening all my Masterverse figures here about a week or so ago. The first wave, like Mossman and those, they were in the plastic, and then they had another plastic, molded plastic pressed against it to hold them in, and there was no ties or anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't they do that? That would be great. Yeah. Well, I know why Hasbro can't, because it's plastic, and they don't want to use plastic. But I wish the Masterverse would have kept doing it because I hate them little plastic ties they got in theirs too.
Okay, so I finally got it.
Anything keeps me from getting my action figures out of the pack without some trouble. I could do without.
Yeah, finally got it out. Finally, we got a place for a machete on the side here. And he's got another holster for this pistol here. Goes there, and it's got a clip or a band that goes down that I'm sure is not going to stay fastened. Kind of like the Indiana Jones whip. Yep, I was right. Overall, a good looking figure. I do like this one. I've been waiting on him so I could match the paint color to paint the Fortnite boat that I got. Painted a match the water moccasin. His big gun goes on his back here. And he does have straps to hold it, guys. But one thing I don't like is these armbands. You see them armbands?
Mm-hmm.
They look.
Are they? Oh, they're removable?
Yeah, they're removable. They come down. Yeah, look, this one's already just, I ain't even touched it and it's fell down. That's one thing I don't like about it. They'll probably be coming off when I display them. But overall, it's a good looking figure. Boots are kind of a little bulky looking. Looks like he got some high risers on him. Some short round blocks. But anyway, he's a quality figure. Box art is fantastic. I like the box art in the back of where the figure stored also. Yeah, he's a good looking figure. I do like him.
Somebody in one of the other groups complained about his accessories.
And, yeah, they are kind of weird to me.
I said, yeah, he should have at least come with a water moccasin accessory.
Yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
He's got these new shoulders, if you can see them, that they started putting on them, like they can move back.
Oh yeah, that's got sort of like the Marvel Legends that they're doing.
Yeah, it can move back and move forward, so you can make a.
Like you do the bear hug or whatever.
Yeah. They kind of noticeable, something you notice right away. His neck is kind of funky because it makes his head look like it's sticking way out there. You can see that. See what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah. How his neck's leaned forward.
Now he don't have an alternate head or anything, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
So
we still don't know what he looks like.
Mm-mm. But overall, quality figure. Not one of my favorites, but it's quality. But yeah, I love the hunt. Everybody knows that. It's just, to me, it's fantastic. Going in the store. And, I see where some people talk about how it's frustrating going in and not finding anything. But for me, it's that moment when you find it.
Right. Yep.
You find it. You found it and you're excited. It brings you back to your childhood, which, well, honestly, in our childhood, we didn't have to look for things. So there was an abundance of Joes there, We just had to worry about affording to buy it. And nowadays, it's more, you got to find them to buy them before you can even buy them. But the short round that I got for Rick, he is a beautiful looking little action figure. The only one thing I wished he would have come with was the blocks that he wears while driving. That would have really set that action figure off. But he's only this tall. He's 3.5 inches tall. And but he's still full price, kind of like Rick says, he's half a figure for full price. So
I think that's why they threw in the cloth goods where you could have him in multiple different outfits.
To me, it looks a little, those cloth goods on him look a little weird.
Yeah, they look a little bulky, don't they?
Yeah, they look like he's real big, you know, like he's got a big, huge body. But other than that, he looked really well. I'm looking forward to seeing Rick's pictures he does with him. So that was a plus. So I figured I'd hook Rick up with him. And Saturday we went to Chattanooga, or not Chattanooga. You got me talking about Chattanooga. Went to Nashville. Had a funeral we had to attend. Went by the Opry Mills Mall up there, where Opryland used to be. It's a huge mall, but it's a huge disappointment. I mean, there's nothing really. There's a Lego store there, but there's so many people in that store you couldn't hardly stir them with a stick. And then they really didn't have anything else in the whole mall toy-wise. And that's what I was there for, you know. Took my wife to the Cheesecake Factory because she absolutely loves cheesecake. So,
Did she get the Buffalo Blast?
I don't think she did.
Oh man, you got to get the Buffalo Blast to go to Cheesecake Factory.
We actually eat at Dave and Buster's.
Oh.
And then we just went and got cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, okay. You just got cheesecake.
Yeah. But it was really good, which I didn't eat any of the cheesecake. So, but it was a nice little trip. But didn't find anything there. Didn't really go to any of the stores. It was kind of a long day, but today was a good day finding things. Nothing at Target, nothing at Walmart. The toy aisles is like Tim said, they're bare. You know, there's nothing new coming in. I've been seeing where people spotting Moss Man, the collector's edition, the flop version.
Oh, yeah.
Walmarts and stuff like that, but I didn't see one today anywhere or yesterday either. But other than that, your Legos, they're on clearance at Walmart's, and they've actually been marked down again. So, you know, pretty good deal. I bought a Hoth AT-ST the other day for like $20, and I got a Snow Trooper pack builder, you know, troop builder pack for like $9. So they're really good prices if you collect Legos. Like Target, most of your Crimson Vipers are going on clearance, half price, $12. Indiana Jones stuff is on clearance at Target. Master of the Universe, Revolution, and Origin, Masterverse, and Origins, they're on. Most of them going on clearance. Saw several Man at Arms on clearance today. If anybody needs anything like that, holler at me. I'll do my best to hook you up. What we do, you know.
Yeah, good point. You're looking probably in another month, Walmart will start doing their Christmas, start resetting for Christmas. So we need to keep an eye out there for clearance because they'll probably be marking stuff down.
Oh, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff is everywhere too.
Yeah.
The new movie, the Manhattan Mayhem or whatever it's called. I don't really know, but they're at every Walmart. Abundance of Walmart everywhere, on the end caps, down on the aisles, everywhere right now.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for that stuff, now's a good time to get out there and get at it. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we do have one guy in the group, Aaron.
Yeah.
I believe that's looking for the. So while we're on here, anybody watching, if you see the Eastman Laird 2-pack or 4-pack, where the turtles have all of them are wearing the red mask, just like the first comic. You know, they all wore red. It wasn't until I guess it was grown until they changed colors so you could tell them apart.
Right.
But he's looking for that 4-pack. If anybody sees it, shoot us.
Aaron Waldrop, is that who it was?
Yeah. Shoot him a message or one of us, and we'll let him know. I saw them at the Target in Oxford. They had them for several months. They're on the end cap, and I remember picking them up, looking at them, thinking, "Man, that's pretty neat." But I haven't seen them the last several times I've been, so I don't know if they've sold them or if they sent them to another store. Because I keep hearing NECA don't put stuff on clearance, but now I did see. I take that back. There was what was it? I saw a NECA figure on clearance at the Itala Walmart a while back. I forgot which one it was, but that's the only time I've ever seen a NECA figure on clearance.
Yeah, I have never seen one on clearance at all.
I've always heard that they don't clearance theirs. That's why they still hanging on shelves there, a lot of them. But anyway, I can't remember what it was.
That's why 90% of your Walmart still have Goliath from the Gargoyles because they don't clearance them out.
Yeah.
We got that. They got Hooper from Jaws.
Yeah.
They got just tons of them just sitting there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I guess they know what they're doing, you know.
Well, eventually it'll
So,
sell.
Eventually, either that or get repackaged and sent back.
Yeah.
But I've noticed a lot of things like that just don't go on clearance, as far as NECA wise.
yeah, I wish I could remember what it was I saw. Now I can't. I, for the life of me, can't remember. But because it surprised me, because the first time I'd ever seen anything NECA that was on clearance.
Yeah.
And that might have been a goof up. I mean, Walmart might have put it over by accident. I don't know.
Yeah. I got my shipping, or I didn't get the shipping, but I got the payment info for my scrap iron from Hasbro Pulse. But that was really a week and a half ago, and it still hasn't shipped.
Really?
I know a couple other guys that's talking about that. So
Yeah, I saw it. It went in, it popped up. I think Monday it showed to be in stock, so I ordered one. And like I said, Bazooka and Shipwreck showed to be in stock last Saturday, and I ordered them, and then I got them a week later.
Right.
So I was hoping maybe Monday or Tuesday I might get scrap iron, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, sometimes here lately I don't always get the notification.
Yeah.
From FedEx. I mean the app. I got the app, but sometimes I've got a couple of packages I never even got I never got anything showing that it shipped or tracking or anything. So I don't know. It's weird. I got something weird going on.
Yeah. But in case you guys didn't know, Tim is the guy that me and John got the Thundercat collection from, Sleeper 7, and we appreciate that. Well, I tell you.
I was just happy to do it. I got a good deal on it.
Look at that.
They are amazing.
I finally got them open this past the other night. And, man, they're awesome figures. They really are.
The box work on them also is just outstanding.
Yeah.
How they're packaged and everything. I mean, they're outstanding. They are a little more pricey than everything else, but man, their quality, packaging quality, just all around quality is 100% better than most.
Yeah, and the accessories that you get with them too. I mean,
One of them come with 2 or 3 sets of hands and 3 or 4 weapons. It was just really awesome.
When I first seen the Super 7 G.I. Joes, I thought $55 for a figure. I thought, man, that's number one. They're 7-inch. They are a little taller, but they come with a ton of accessories.
Yep.
I mean, the what I love about the Silverhawks is they come with obviously with multiple heads, but one of the heads is with their shields down. You know, the old toys it was always just their open face. You know, they never made a toy with a shield, so you could. That's the way I've actually.
Face with them.
My Munstars fell down. I got to fix them, but that's the way I've actually got my Silverhawks. I don't know if you can see them there. I got them displayed with their helmets. You know, their wings spanned out. You know, but I'm telling you, I got to fix Munstar. He fell over.
He got beat.
He got beat. I guess.
Battle.
But and he's the one that of all the ones that I got on a figure stand, he's the one, and he's the one that fell over. Go figure that. But yeah, I mean each of the Silverhawks comes with about 4 sets of hands, 4 to 5 sets of hands, not 4 to 5 hands, 4 to 5 sets.
Right.
So you're talking about like 10 hands. They come with 2 birds, one with the wings closed and one with the wings open. I mean, for all the accessories you get, they're worth $55. I mean, they really are. I mean, the quality of them. I mean, they're really nice. I'll give them credit for that. I mean, they're doing a bang up job on them, and I just I don't know.
Going to go ahead and jump in and get that cat slayer?
No. I'm looking. I mean, I got to get the regular Tiger and the regular Lino, and Tiger's going for like $100 right now. So
you got to be one of them Mum-Ra ever living.
Oh yeah, I'm on
that thing is fantastic. It is amazing. He's only like $10 more than the rest of them, so
yeah,
that's a steal in my opinion because he's twice the size of them.
I'll tell you though, that Windhammer figure is still one of my all-time favorite figures.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what it is about that thing, but man, I just love that. It's an awesome figure, and I like Pat though. Of course, I done had to stand him back up one time, but I love the fact that you can do him if you can see him there with his where he's like he's swinging his nunchuck.
Yeah,
That I love that. That's awesome. But like I said, it's a little heavy, and he's done fell over one time. Also. But no, there are some really awesome figures, I'll say. And yeah, I appreciate that, Tim. Man, you really hooked us up, man.
he really did.
Really, of course, my wife's not happy with you because you got me started on something else. But sure.
She must not be watching, Nancy.
Who, Shane is or Tim? Oh, she said both y'all on the list.
At least I'm not alone.
If you need any point, I can tell you about the list because I'll stay on it. So
yeah.
Okay. So, well, yeah. Tim, tell us what makes you tick. Everybody's been watching, kind of knows all about us. What's your favorite toy line? What do you collect the most?
Oh man, I love collecting GI Joe. I really love the superheroes a lot, and McFarlane's really setting it off for me right now. I've been getting more of those than I've been getting most of anything else. But a lot of my real thing that I really love is old comic books, vintage comic books. I've been collecting comic books since I was probably around 12 years old. Never got rid of anything.
Wow.
That's the same thing about I still got about 80% of my toys. A lot of some of them got burned up when I was probably about 16. But and basically I get a lot of what I buy is what I like. If I see something that looks really cool, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta know. And you're out of our admin group, because I know Dave's DC and I'm Marvel. What are you?
I lean more toward DC than I do Marvel.
Oh God, y'all outnumber me now.
Well, that's
I figured when you said McFarlane and you didn't mention Marvel Legends, I kind of figured you was probably more on the DC side.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool. I mean, I tell you, I'm a Marvel guy. I grew up on Marvel comics. I read some DC. Never really got much into DC, but I do take my hat off to DC. I mean, Superman was the very first superhero ever in comics. I mean, prior to that, you had Lone Ranger, Flash Gordon, but he is the first superpowered real superhero, and so I have to take my hat off to that. I mean, a lot of respect there for the for DC on that. Even though Marvel was just right behind them with Captain America, but
yep.
So,
that's very true.
But yeah, I mean, I like DC. Don't get me wrong. I give people a hard time. Any DC fans, I always give them a hard time. But but no, I mean, you guys know, y'all heard me say I grew up on Spider-Man and Red Sonja is my second favorite because at the time, the store that I'd go to as a kid that had comics, they had Spider-Man. And they had, at the time, it was like the third series of Red Sonja where she was wearing a blue tunic. And those were basically the comic books they had. And they had Iron Man and Daredevil. But I mostly read Spider-Man and Red Sonja. So those become two of my favorites. And I did read Superman and Green's my favorite color. So as a kid, I did read Green Lantern a little bit, and that was actually when he was teamed up with Green Arrow. So it was Green Lantern and Green Arrow for a while, and that's I read some of them just basically because they were green, But, but I love independent color. I love them. Most all of them. Some of them I can do without, but Anyway, the old comics. I just maybe it's just the old person in me, but I just can't get into the new stuff. I just really can't get into it, and I love reading the Golden Age, Silver Age stuff. The Golden Age, you look back and people say, oh, it's so corny and all that, but yeah, but it was at the time it was top notch. I mean, people, and I don't know. It was the comics were so much simpler back then. They're not overly complicated and overly politicized nowadays.
Right.
And,
and plus, when you bought a comic book back then, look at how many pages you got. You got usually about 52 to 64 pages worth of comic.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they do the collected editions of the Golden Age, and there's like, you get a book this thick, and it's only 4 issues because there were so many pages in it. I mean, you're right. They really pumped out the pages in the old ones. And I'll tell you, the old comics are a lot lighter. You get a short box full of the old comics when they were more of the newspaper type paper compared to what they're heavy nowadays if you get a short box full. But, they're printed on that thick, high quality paper now. That's why they're $4 a piece now too.
It's ridiculous how much they cost now.
Oh yeah, I remember when they went from 60 cents to 65 cents. I'm like, man, what are they going up on the comics for? And of course, I was a kid and I was scraping up allowance money trying to buy them.
Yeah, that was one thing I was never really into as a kid was comics. I don't know, really never. There's really never any place around here for me to buy comics, if that makes sense. There was no comic stores. There was really no newsstands. And Walmart, as a kid, we hardly ever went to Walmart. If we did, that was a treat for us, But what's your most anticipated figure of any line you collect coming up, Tim?
I'm going to have to go back with McFarlane right now. He's been pumping out some of the JSA figures. He's already done Jay Garrick. And now he's got Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern, and the new collector's line that he's about to start, that he's doing, which, by the way, he's doing pre-orders for right now. And, man, it just looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for more JSA figure. I love the Golden Age. Golden Age, for me, that's really it.
Yeah.
And I've always loved the JSA.
Yeah. Now, if I remember talking about the Golden Age, because I know the Green Lantern of the Golden Age, he was Alan Scott. It wasn't the power of Oa. It was from the Earth, right? He got his power from the Earth. And was it instead of I know like Hal Jordan, his Achilles heel was the color yellow, but with Alan Scott it was wood, right?
Yep, it was wood.
Yep. I do know a little about DC.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about DC or Marvel or anything like that.
It's funny, our plant manager, or not our production manager, when I started back in '95, when I started to work out at where I work at over there in Leesburg, his name was Alan Scott. That was our production manager's name. I said, hey, that's Green Lantern.
Just a little quick update. HasLab is down to 532 backers needed.
Oh, it's coming on. It may hit 4 done here, right?
That's what I was talking about with Tim before we come on. I see it hitting before the night's done, before midnight.
Yeah, they do.
Because they opened it up for people over in like European countries to order also. So I mean that's going to help a lot also. I think it's easy 21,000, 22,000.
It always the last couple of days it always jumps up. I think that like Big Bad Toy Store and all, they put their orders in and stuff like that. We'll get it. We'll get to all the unlocks.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. With only 532 backers to go right now.
Yeah.
We're currently sitting at 18,472.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll get it.
Now, do they only open up for like foreign orders at a certain time?
Well, I think what had happened was they weren't going to sell. They was just going to like let the box stores there, like places like that order for the European people. But then they realized that they needed to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
And just go ahead and get it out to them. I think I'm not 100% sure on that, but
because I was thinking, I remembered seeing a guy in, I believe Finland had said that they wasn't up for order for them over there, and that they were going to have to get them through a retail store or something. And so that's probably about right. I think they realized they needed to. I don't know if it's because it's easier for them to ship a big bulk of them to one location. That's why they were trying to do that. I don't know. I don't know if they got memberships, if they get free shipping for people in Europe or not. I have no idea. If they do, it probably costs a lot more to ship over there than it does to here. But I don't know.
I saw where someone was talking today. Does Prime members not get free shipping on the or not Prime members? Pulse members not get free shipping on the HasLabs?
Yes, free shipping. Free shipping on everything. Yeah, it don't matter what it is.
Talking about they didn't think that on the HasLabs you got free shipping.
Oh yeah, I didn't pay a penny shipping on that Galactus I got.
Yeah,
it was all free. That's what I said. If you buy more than one HasLab a year, then you're saving money if you get the membership. If you buy more than a dozen action figures from them in 1 year, you might as well get the membership because you're gonna save money.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just common math that buy a membership and save money. But yeah, the HasLab's worth it. I mean, that Galactus, and he's heavy. I'm sure just one Galactus probably would cost at least $35 to ship, at least.
Oh yeah.
And you got people that ordered 5, 10, 20 of them. I mean, so.
Yep.
But so Tim, I guess we're kind of doing a 10 hut with you. So who is your favorite superhero?
I'd have to say the Flash.
The Flash?
Barry Allen Flash.
The Barry Allen Flash.
Okay.
That's the one that got me in. That I really cared a lot about his character, and when a Crisis on Infinite Earths happened, and he sacrificed himself to try to save the Earth, and he died alone. Well, that really got to me when I was a kid reading that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah.
So, what got you into collecting?
My brother.
Your brother? Okay.
Always in the neighborhood, aren't they?
Oh yeah. He gave me his collection, and that's what set me off.
Oh, okay, cool. So was it comics, toys, or what started you off?
It was mainly comics, and then I remember going to J.G. Murphy's. I don't know if any of y'all remember J.G. Murphy's.
Yeah.
Going there and seeing the Mego action figures, and seeing my favorite superheroes right up there. That started right there with the figures. Okay. And then 1977 Star Wars, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had those stores around here, but I think they spelled it Kmart.
Kmart.
Yeah, Kmart's where that's where I remember buying Migos from. Kmart over in Gadsden. Yeah. And because I remember someone, hey, have you been to that new store down in Glencoe called Walmart? And I'm like, Walmart? What is Walmart? I'm a Kmart guy. Come on.
Yeah, I remember when Walmart first come in around us. It was like just super, super awesome. Everybody's like, oh, go to Walmart. And I'm like, what's a Walmart? I'm like, what's a Walmart? Never heard of Walmart.
I'm gonna tell you, I miss Kmart so bad. I would give anything to be able to walk into a Kmart right now.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Just
still a few Kmarts open.
Yeah. I think there's like 3 left or something like that.
Yeah, I read an article about it the other day. Yeah. There was like 3. I think it was 3 or 4 left in the United States still open. I'm
gonna tell you, back in the 90s, man, I'd find toys at Kmart way before I'd find them at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Kmart got a lot of exclusives back in the day.
They did.
And, I loved Kmart. It's Yep, I really miss it.
Yeah, Kmart was an awesome store to shop at. They were just a little more expensive than Walmart's, but they had more stuff.
Yeah.
Always had more stuff. I remember their toy aisles being just packed to the gills and stuff.
I remember Zaire used to be that way.
Yeah, I vaguely remember Zaire.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went in one maybe once or twice. I remember we had a Otasco in Center for a while back when I was real little. I remember seeing the Wolverine with CoverGirl and a few of the GI Joes in Otasco back then.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a Western Auto in Center also, and that's where I found the Killer Whale at.
Awesome.
Was in that's Western Auto. They had a little small toy section, and right over there was this big old box with the Killer Whale.
Yeah, I had forgot about that, but yeah, I do remember Western Autos, True Values and stuff like that had a little toy section.
Yeah,
They were always GI Joes and Star Wars. Always Star Wars in there.
So Tim, who's your first of all, when it comes GI Joe, when it comes to GI Joe, are you GI Joe or Cobra?
That's kind of hard to choose right there. But as far as cool vehicles, I'd have to say Cobra because they had some of the coolest and most offbeat vehicles. But I'd have to say my favorite two would have to be one's a Cobra and one's a Joe. Be Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
Okay.
I think when y'all met me, I think y'all saw my tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. I rock Chicago.
Yes.
Wow, I'm impressed. I can't even say it most of the time. So.
I've been practicing for weeks on that one.
It took me years to pronounce Mjolnir, and that was only because when the Thor movies come out, I finally figured out how to pronounce it. That's the thing about reading comics. You read it, but you don't know how to pronounce it because you don't have pronunciation in there.
Or just make them up, just whatever you want to be then.
Yeah. I mean, because I didn't know how to pronounce it, so I just called it Larry. Thor would call Larry, and
Yeah.
So, what's your all-time favorite action figure, Tim?
That would probably be the 1979 Alien figure.
The 12-inch, the big one.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You mash on the back and the jaw opens up and snaps out.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
That's a high dollar figure too, because they pulled those after so long. They didn't keep them out very long. Yep.
No, parents thought it was too scary for kids.
Here's your blast from the past. Look at this comment.
How TGNY?
TGNY.
Man, that ice cream place.
I remember TGNY.
I remember TGNY.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Remember, I don't know if you had them, but you remember Bargain Town?
Bargain Town. I remember Bargain Town. And
Yes.
what was TGNY? I don't remember a TGNY.
It was just like a smaller Kmart, Walmart kind of thing.
Really?
Like a dollar store, but it was like a Walmart, but more like a dollar store.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Like
Bill's Dollar Store?
Now, a little bit bigger than Bill's.
Okay.
And stuff like that. Yeah. And you had, remember Sparko Dollar Store? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I tell you, in Center, up on Main Street in Center, when I was a kid, they had it later become Fred's, but it was Super D. And I don't know if Super D was ever really a chain or if I knew they had one in Piedmont and they had one in Center. But that's where I bought a lot of my G.I. Joes was at Super D. My mom had a store just about a block away, and I would in the middle school, and I was going to middle school at the time, it was just about 2 blocks down, and so when school got out, I'd walk down to her store and drop off my backpack and all, and then it was a couple hours before she closed. I'd go down there and I'd spend an hour and a half just looking at toys in Super D until it got time for her to close her store when we go home. And
I remember a lot of convenience stores like that. You could go and buy G.I. Joes and Star Wars and stuff in when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little country store out around my area here called Lemmy's Cummins Groceries. And you could go in there and buy them. And it would be one place you would never think. But the man had everything you could think of in there, from soda pops to auto parts to toys. It was just really cool spot. And now you can't even hardly find them at Walmart.
Nope.
Bad days. Kids now don't understand how it was when we were kids.
Oh yeah.
Man, if we could have afforded them back then, we'd have had 50,000 of them.
Oh, good Lord, yeah.
Can
Man,
you
like
imagine,
I
can
said,
you imagine right now walking into Walmart with prices that we had when we were a kid and the ability to buy them like we have now?
oh, good Lord. I'd have a shopping cart full.
Ain't no doubt.
I remember going to like the stores and they'd have like a huge section of GI Joe, and they would have it on those pegs, but those pegs would go up from anywhere from about 2 foot off the floor all the way up to about 7, 8 foot off the floor. And if you saw a figure that you wanted that was up the top, you had to go get somebody to help you.
Yeah, get it down.
I climbed on the shelves. Played Monkey Man on that stuff, man.
Yeah.
I remember that like yesterday.
Yeah, I never got to go to a Toys R Us until I was a teenager.
Me too.
That's
We didn't have anywhere close to here. But
Actually,
man,
I think I was in my late teens when the Toys R Us opened around here.
Well, the first one I ever remember going to, I think I was 15. We went to visit some family down in Florida. We stopped at the Toys R Us because my niece was it had to been 89, yeah, because I'd have been about 14 or 15. That's when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hit, and you couldn't find them. You couldn't find the 4 turtles. They were sold out everywhere because kids were going crazy. And my niece was wanting one, and I remember we stopped at one on the way down there to look. First time I'd ever been in a Toys R Us. But I see pictures that people post on Facebook of the G.I. Joe toy aisle from Toys R Us back in the day, and it's one end to the other. Nothing but G.I. Joes. You see flags and Pterodromes sitting there and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I mean, Walmart had a good section. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember end caps were full of G.I. Joe figures, but man, I would have, if I'd ever walked into a Toys R Us when I was little, when I was in the, man, it would have been, I'd have been flipping out.
I remember one time at the Walmart close to me here, they had a square section in the middle of the aisle that was nothing but action figures, G.I. Joe action figures, all the way around it.
Oh,
all 4 sides of the square was pegs, and all they had was G.I. Joes on it. Man, I remember sitting there as a kid looking through them for hours and just waiting for Mom to come find me. As soon as she knows where I was at, as soon as I hit Walmart, straight to the toy aisle.
Yep, same here.
If I'm going to get milk, I'm going to see toys first. Did you get the milk? Oh, what milk? Get milk?
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to make a road trip to Canada sometime.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to take Marshall up there just once so he can see what a real Toys R Us is like. Because that little thing they got in Macy's, that's not Toys R Us, I hate to tell.
Well, I've been hearing they're going to open Toys R Us back up.
I wish they would. I really wish they would.
I was talking to a guy in Florence. That's actually where the first Toys R Us I ever seen was at, in Florence. And a guy that works with the city up there told me that they had been in talks with them about opening up the Toys R Us again, a full store.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that'll ever happen or not, but since those you guys thought it would be awesome.
I just wonder though, with everything going, people going to the internet now, and most of the sales, I'm pretty sure if you look, most of the action figure sales are probably online sales now. I just wonder if they would be able to sustain the Toys R Us now. Maybe they will.
Well, they still a lot of hunters out here.
Yeah,
still a lot of people that love to hunt.
Yeah.
About them coming back with Toys R Us, they were going to bring it back on a much smaller scale, kind of like on the scale of what KB Toys was small.
Yeah. Well, and like in Birmingham, if you go down there to Galleria and Macy's, they have a section of the store that's Toys R Us right now, but it's about 2 small sections in the store, one on each side of the door when you come in on one of the entrances. And they got some stuff, but it's not a Toys R Us. I mean, it's not just
Well, see, our Macy's at the mall in Florence, they don't even have a Toys R Us in it yet. It's just a select few there, I guess. I don't know.
You know, it's sad to see things. I mean, like FL Schwartz, which I never been into FL Schwartz until I was an adult.
Yeah.
And I was looking for it back in the late 90s, looking for some of the exclusive Star Wars stuff, and I went to the one in Atlanta. But FL Schwartz, I mean, that store been around for many years, and I think I don't know if the one in New York's still open or not. I think they closed most of them though.
I'm sure the one in New York's probably still open because it's the main one.
Yeah, it's sad to see things like that. You know, what was sad about Toys R Us, a week after they announced the closing, the owner or the one that started Toys R Us passed away. It's almost like it, you know, when it ended, he passed. You know, what was this? San Diego Comic-Con Marvel Legends exclusive tells me Marvel Legends Hasbro is becoming a deadline. What is the exclusive for the Marvel Legends? I don't even know.
Although Corey was telling me about it today and how it's basically just a bunch of repaints.
Well, that's usually all the San Diego Comic-Cons are.
It's a Deadpool and something else. He'll have to tell us on that. I can't remember.
I hadn't even looked at what they are.
I mean, it was pretty. The way he sounded, you know, he's a Marvel guy, and he sounded really disappointed with it. Deadpool and Bob.
Oh, Deadpool and Bob. Yeah,
Ever who Bob is.
He's the Hydra agent that was Deadpool's buddy, which they already kind of done. I think was it the Hydra. No, it was the Deadpool. Was it the Deadpool with a scooter that come with a bob head that you could put on the Hydra soldier?
I think when they came out with a Hydra Bob figure.
Yeah, they packaged the head with Deadpool or something, and you could swap it out with one of the Hydra. It's around the same time when Hasbro Pulse done the Hydra. It's the Hydra Trooper that you could order online in the box, and because I actually got one with a bob head on it. I think it was the Deadpool with the scooter. I think it was packaged in there with it. Bob is on the Hyperion body. The Hyperion body?
Really?
Spider-Man Renew Your Vows 2-pack body. That's an odd choice. Why would they put Bob on the Hyperion body?
Bob wasn't a big masculine guy. Spider-Man's body. I mean, that just wouldn't look right.
I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess we got off track. So Tim, what is the most prized possession you have in your collection? Or I guess what's your most favorite piece in your collection?
My most favorite piece in my collection.
Comic book or action figure, whatever.
Action figure wise, it's the Alien from 1979. Comic book wise, I don't really have a distinct favorite.
So what is your grail piece that you're searching for that you do not have and you desperately want it? And you'd give your right arm and the left leg for it like a flag.
Lord.
That's where I was about at, guys. So John and Dave kind of sold my legs and stuff on.
I guess it'd probably be the 12-inch Boba Fett from the original Star Wars, from the original line back in the 80s. I used to have one. It was one of the ones that I lost in the fire. I've never been able to find another one at a reasonable price.
So now you know you got me hunting, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you just had to say it, and I'll be hunting. That's what I do, man. I find things. I love it. That's my passion, finding them things that people want. We'll be looking. Shoot me your price range.
I'll do that.
And I'll do my best for you. For me, that's just the thing for me, the hunt. I love the hunt. I always have, always will.
I used to love the hunt till I got out there and realized that somebody done either hunted it before me or...
That's what makes it even better. I'm there before then.
It's probably
Then
you.
if they're holding it in their hand, you kick them really hard, and they drop it, and you pick it up. But see, get to my age, you have to kick them really hard so they don't chase you down.
Oh, I know how that is.
Kick them really hard.
I used to love. I mean, I would get out because where I'm at, I could make a big giant circle. I'd go out some Saturdays and I would hit about 8 Walmarts in one day. Just make a big circle. Anniston, Oxford, Gadsden, Fort Payne, back around to Rome, and Cedartown. But I can't afford the gas to do that now. Not at $3 a gallon. And
that's what I was just fixing to say. We all just need to get up one day and everybody chip in on some gas and just hit all these places we're looking for stuff and just make a day of it. Us three, Corey, Dave. If Corey don't fall down, Rick. Just make a day of it. So Corey, no falling if you're watching.
I've got to. We've got to where the last couple of months we go to Oxford a lot more than what we used to. I mean, it is an hour drive from where I'm at, but I mean that Target's the only place I can find anything because none of the Walmarts, none of them around here are getting anything new and hadn't got anything new in months.
Yeah, I know it's frustrating. Yeah,
it's just it's like Walmart. Just I don't know. It's like they can't get anything in or what. I don't know what the deal is. And it's like they don't want to clearance stuff off. Used to, Walmart would clearance stuff after it set up. I remember times when Marvel Legends would finally show up in the store, and then a week later it'd have them on clearance. But now they can't even get them, and the ones that's been hanging there for months and months, like the Black Panther, they're still hanging there at full price. And I don't understand why they don't clearance them off and get them out of the way and get new stuff in.
I know. It's like
whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
That's like I hear about y'all talk about Targets marking stuff down at y'all's Targets. They don't hardly mark crap down here in Tuscaloosa.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you got the app on your phone, scan it. And even if it don't show up on there, take it up there and just let them scan it at the register because I've been finding a lot of stuff marked full price, but when you scan it at the register, it's marked down. Yeah. The Masterverse 2 bad was a prime example. I knew that had been out for a while, and I scanned it on my phone, and it showed $24.99. But when I got it up to the register, it was $16.49. And that was like a regular $32.99 figure. So, if you can find a scanner, that works, because half the time I go into Target, the scanner don't work. You can scan it there. There's usually one close to the toys, but the one in Oxford's been tore up for a while now. So, but
I think they don't tear them up on purpose too.
What's that now?
I think they tear them up on purpose too.
They may do it. I don't know.
Because like the Target around me, we have one in Decatur and one in Florence, and you'll go to those scanners and they'll just be piled up with stuff that people scanned and didn't want it and set it down.
Yeah.
Instead of taking it back, they just leave it there, and I think that's a lot of reason they have them all.
If they put, we lost Tim.
No.
Oh no, we lost him. Oh, there he is. There he's back.
I have no idea what just happened.
I thought he got scanned there for a minute.
Travis.
Oh. Stop, you're making me blush.
You're making him turn a little red in the place.
Yeah, Travis is almost my neighbor. He's just right down the road a little way. And
okay.
I think Mason, I believe he's also in Piedmont.
Mason Rule?
Yeah, that's been posting here lately.
Yeah.
He's also in Piedmont. So.
Shout out to Mason. Thanks for your posts, buddy.
Yeah. That's what we like seeing people getting on there and posting. So, you got any other questions for Tim while we got him on here?
Oh.
I can't remember what we
talked about the Grail. A few more people commenting.
I got a Travis about it. Okay, yeah,
Travis.
Yeah.
That jerk Corey.
Is it all? That's true. That's true.
I do what I can to help people out, man.
Hey, something I meant, when you were showing off Copperhead, and I just to get your guys' opinion on this, do you think because they put Copperhead out as a general release that they're not even entertaining the thought of a water moccasin?
I do.
Or do you think because it takes roughly a year when they start till they actually hit the shelves, so they would have been planning the Copperhead already going into production when the HasLab for the Hiss ended. Do you think maybe if they'd waited about planning Copperhead until later that might have changed their mind when the Hiss hit the sales that it hit?
My thoughts on that is I think we will get a Tiger Force Copperhead or the Tiger Force water moccasin, and then they'll general release the regular water moccasin.
You mean Python Patrol?
Yeah, Python Patrol, not Tiger Force.
Well, it'd be nice if they did that, but look what they did with Zartan. They released Zartan twice.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, actually 3 times. They put him on a card back, then they did a box, then they made a Sandygate Comic-Con exclusive color changing Zartan.
Right.
And they haven't even made a Swamp Skier.
That would have been real simple to do, too.
Yeah, it would have been. But, us Dreadnought guys are going to buy any Zartan you put in front of our face. Any Dreadnought you put in our face, we're going to buy it no matter what.
Have they announced the Python Patrol Copperhead yet?
Not yet.
So it's possible, and next year would probably be another Cobra vehicle. It's possible they could do a water moccasin with a Python Patrol. The water moccasin could still be the normal green, and they could just have the Python Patrol Copperhead as the driver.
Yeah, they could also do a water moccasin with a Copperhead original OG style, because this is nowhere near OG style.
Yeah.
So, they could easily do an OG style.
In the 25th style, they actually did that. They put out Copperhead, I think he was in a comic pack, and then later on they released the water moccasin with the Python Patrol colored Copperhead. He wasn't Python Patrol like the vintage. I think he had a black shirt or something. I will pitch in on guys.
Travis.
Corey. Oh, Travis. We need to get a bus. Let everybody load up on a bus, and let's just travel all around, take a weekend, and go all over Alabama.
To me, third-party 3D printing is good for the person printing them, but most of the time they're pretty expensive. Yeah. Sorry, Travis, but no, I just got Copperhead today. If you check your GameStops, they may have some of them there.
The one in Oxford, that's the only GameStop around here that we ain't got but basically it and the one in Gadsden. I never find anything.
The one in Gadsden?
Yeah, I never find anything at that one. The one in Oxford's the one I usually find stuff at, but it don't get a whole lot when they do get something in. They're kind of weird. It's like they only get just certain figures out of a case. I don't know what the deal is. Lucky. That's my phone in that about was.
Gosh, you're so lucky, man. Yeah, I think we will get some general release vehicles eventually. There's things that like we were talking about a couple of weeks ago that they can easily do. It's the smaller vehicles, they can easily do those, like they're doing the pod Ram Cycle. We could get a Silver Mirage, a little Armadillo, little things like that would be great general releases, But I do figure all of our bigger vehicles is going to be HasLabs.
Oh yeah. GameStop guesses never.
Oh man.
I got my Copperhead the last week of June.
He's Corey. You got to beat everybody, huh? And he's not even a Pulse member. How does that make you Pulse members feel?
I don't do the pre-order, so it don't matter. I just wait for them to come in stock, then I order. That way I know exactly when it's coming out of my wallet. Because
I'll just tell you right now,
they
if I
like
was
to
a
get.
Pulse member and I see people that aren't Pulse members getting stuff before I am, that would make me a little upset, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, that'd irritate the crap out of me. Paying, I think it's $50.
$50 a year, I think what it is.
Well, of course Hasbro's going to ship the ones that's paying for shipping first because they get their money so they can pay for everybody else's shipping.
Yeah, but I was really surprised today when I found all the stuff in Walmart or GameStop, because you usually never find anything GameStop before Walmart or Target gets them.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually a couple of days after.
I'm going to tell you, we were talking, was it last week or the week before last, about, Pulse doing the free shipping. And Dave mentioned that they were shipping his figures one at a time. And, that's costing them a lot of money in shipping. But here's something we didn't really think about. They're selling at the same price that the stores sell at, $24.99.
Mm-hmm.
They're cutting out the middleman though, so they're getting more profit off figures.
Yeah,
and that profit can easily cover that shipping.
Every bit of it.
So
how long does it take to get the Dragonfly to arrive? It will be next summer.
Probably the fall of next year, I imagine.
I think it's saying summer on the page. I'm not 100% sure.
Usually it's about 13 to 14 months after the campaign when it comes. Because the his
shipping in the summer of 2024.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if they do. Because the hiss ended in July last year, and we ain't seen it yet. And
it said fall on it though.
Yeah, it did say fall
when it would arrive.
So it surprised me, and they saying summer for the Dragonfly. But didn't they say at one time the hiss was ahead of schedule? So is it possible we could get it earlier?
Possibility.
Of course, we're running out of summer quick. But
it was in one of their little coded messages they sent out for the Dragonfly. I think it was the first one where it said they were ahead of schedule.
Well, hey, what time we at? We at 8:56 already?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Somebody was late.
Where did the night go? Okay. Hey, real quick, we got 4 minutes. What do you guys think that the Star Wars HasLab is going to be?
I think it's going to be something. Go ahead, Tim.
No, you go ahead, Shane.
No, go ahead, man. I'm looking at the HasLab real quick.
I think it's going to be an Imperial shuttle.
Imperial shuttle.
I'm thinking something from Rebels, Ghost or something like that.
Now, y'all thinking 3 3/4 or Black Series?
I'm thinking 3 3/4.
I'd love to see it Black Series, but more likely it's going to be 3 3/4.
I've noticed that the 3 3/4 inch HasLab Star Wars, all those have funded, but what? Well, I guess the Rancor is the only Black Series that they've tried in HasLab, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it failed. I still believe if they'd have done it at a separate time instead of doing it at the same time with 2 other HasLabs, I think it probably would have funded. But I could be wrong. To me, I would have liked to see a 12-inch scale Rancor, but that's
failed miserably though.
Really. Yeah, it did. Yeah, hopefully they learned their lesson and they won't do 3 at one time. But
oh,
you were worth it. My hiss tanking, I want it now.
well, we got some crazy people on here tonight. Not that I know of, Travis. But if we see any, we'll keep you in mind, man.
Hey, you got 2 more days to jump on that Dragonfly.
Yeah.
You better jump on it before it gets gone.
They do payment plans also.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it through PayPal, you can get different.
Oh, yeah. If you do it through PayPal,
get different types of payment plans on it.
I think that might help their HasLab too if they do payment plans because they did that with the Mattel did that with the Eternia playset. You can do it in 3 or 4 installments.
I mean, that would make really good sense though for
Yeah.
them to do that.
Yes, I mean when you got a big price tag like that, you probably get more people to jump on it if they could spread it out. I mean, yeah, they give you roughly a month and a half, but some people may not be able to come up with that in a month and a half. It may
Right.
take them 3 months.
Right. But the
That's
payment
why
plan would be great.
That's why I say I don't understand why they don't do the HasLabs. It start them at the end of March and run them through April when everybody's getting their income tax back. They would probably sell out in no time because that's when people has the most money is around that time of the year when they get their income tax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a great time to do it.
Yep. But I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is it's it's going down quicker than I can calculate, boys.
All right, we're probably going to see the end of it. One last time before we go here. It's 9 o'clock. What they got? What they got right now, Shane?
Well, the last time I gave an update, it was at 5:32, and now we're at 4:22.
4:22.
When I said a while ago, I was looking at it. It was at 4:35.
All right.
And just by the time I flip back to get the number, it's down to 4:22. So it's
22.
like I said before midnight, it'll be funded.
Hey, you guys, if you hadn't backed the Dragonfly, do it. You got 2 days left.
Yeah.
Do it.
Awesome
I'm telling
piece.
you.
I mean, if you're a Joe collector, it'll be an awesome piece.
I'm
Awesome.
telling you, don't wait until they come out and hit, and you have to pay scalper prices next year because that's what will happen. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if you ain't jumped on it, jump on it. Don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. Tell all your friends. Pass it along. We here every Sunday night at 7 o'clock. And again, thanks, Tim, for jumping in and filling in for Dave. And remember, doors always open for you every
Always
week.
welcome, man.
Every week. So, anytime you want to jump on. Anybody watching, if you want to be a guest on there and do the 10 hut, let us know. We'll get you on here.
Speaking of 10 hut, we do have some guests in the works, so we'll have some more people on.
See, Travis on tonight. We need to get you on here, bud.
Yeah.
Get him on
We're
here.
always in to chat with everybody. Everybody's welcome. Give us a call.
Everybody, yeah. So, well, hey, that does it for this week's Joe Zone. Dave should be back with us next week. And until next time, yo, Joe.
Go Dreadnoughts.